Really?
Just feeling a little festive today. I think I look like the angel Gabriel. Maybe I look like the Virgin Mary. What do you think? That ship's
That's
sailed.
questionable.
Yeah. Well, anyway, feeling a little festive today, so I thought I'd put some lights on. I don't know how long they're going to last on my head because it's sort of slightly propped, but anyway, we'll put them somewhere else if necessary. Guess what I'm making? Guess.
Is it Christmassy?
It's very Christmassy.
Yeah?
Yes.
Christmas cake.
No, that'll be a bit late now.
Okay. Christmas pudding.
Done that.
Is it savoury or sweet?
Sweet.
Oh, it has to be mince pies then.
Yes! See this? See that? That's the Boozy Mincemeat I made a few weeks ago. Do you remember we did a film on it?
We did.
That's some of it in there. There's going to be a little pan there. I'm going to make some pastry now. Now, this pastry is almost an experiment. Almost.
Can I just mention there's one ingredient that I've seen?
You're not happy, are you?
My brandy cream.
So, you know the sour cream pastry I make, which I make as yoghurt pastry as well, or as cream cheese pastry. So it's a really simple pastry. You do it all in the food processor. So it's just flour, butter, and either yoghurt or sour cream or cream cheese. So I thought today I'm going to put brandy cream in the pastry.
My brandy cream.
Your brandy cream in the pastry. Extra thick brandy cream in the pastry, and just hope. But I'm only going to do half of the brandy and half of the yoghurt. So it'll keep it still quite light and hopefully still hold it all together. I think it'll work. And what it'll give is this pastry is like a very light flaky pastry, which is really nice with mince pies because it all just crumbles and crunches in your mouth with all that lovely sweet boozy mincemeat. And obviously, as we know, that boozy mincemeat, there's a lot of booze in it, has about a quarter of a pint of rum and a quarter of a pint of brandy in it to preserve it, along with some sugar. No suet in it at all. So it's ideal for veggies and for lushes like us. Perfect, really, isn't it? What do you think? So, in my food processor, my Maggi, I'm going to put in 175 grams of plain flour and 150 grams of cold unsalted butter cut into chunks, okay? And then you just give this a little whizzaroo. Oh, it also helps if you
The white one.
Oh, the white one. Oh, I've done the wrong one. What's that one then? But it just helps if you plug the magic in.
You know what? I'm going to stop and come back when you've
No, I've done it. That's all it needs.
literally that.
Yeah, that's it. Just to start with, okay? Then what you do is you put into it 7 tablespoons of either yoghurt or cream cheese or creme fraiche or brandy cream and yoghurt. Okay?
7.
7 tablespoons. Now, it's really important that you make them flat. Oh, also, sorry, you put in the grated zest of 1 orange. That's going into this pastry as well to give it a beautiful, fresh, citrusy flavour. Okay? Just adds to that lovely, spicy Christmasiness. Okay, so 1. But you just make sure it's completely flat. So I'm going to do 4 of these. Okay, 1. 2. 3. Are you counting with me? And 4 of your own personal brandy cream.
It's only left.
Yes, loads left, you're fine. You can have the rest piled on top of each individual mince pie. Nice. And then we're going to do 3 of the yoghurt. And I'm just going to do it like this because obviously I need some of this yoghurt as well for some flatbreads at lunchtime. So I'm not going to use it all. 1. Oh, goodness me. Lovely. I bet you cut this, don't you? With me fanning around. Getting it out. 2. 1 more. 1 more bit. There you Now, then I put it back on the machine and I just whiz it until it all comes together into one ball. Okay, that is as simple as this pastry is. Then you just leave it for about 20 minutes to half an hour just to rest up. Okay, so come back to me when it has rested and we're ready to roll out, or maybe I just started rolling out and cutting out from our mince pies. This pastry smells so lovely and orangey. Really delicious, really lovely. So it's had a little bit of a rest. Now, what's so good about this pastry is why it's so pliable. It's completely wonderful for rolling out and cutting and then rolling out it again, because that's what you have to do sometimes, because you won't have enough in the first batch. If you're making, say, 12, you may need to roll it out again. And it's just easy. It's quite forgiving, this pastry. Okay, it doesn't go too short and shrink too much. But, right. That's my daughter. I just got a little update of my lovely little squidgy grandson Stanley, who is just so gorgeous. Through the day I get little updates of what he's doing, FaceTiming, it's lovely. Makes him feel like he's here. He's growing and he's going to have a lovely Christmas. Alright, so I'm going to cut out the circles with my one cutter, okay? And then once I've done these, obviously I'll cut out the stars, because I'm going to cover each one with a little star. This is the pan I'm using. It's quite a shallow mince pie pan, okay? And it's non-stick. Go for the non-stick. Pay that a bit extra and just get a non-stick, because your life will be so much easier. And what I do is I just lay it over the top, like this, and I get this little contraption. Now this, I do know you can get, well, I don't know if you can still get them, but I got mine from Lakeland. All right, I'm not trying to sell it, it's just I know people will be asking me now, where'd you get it from? I got it from Lakeland. So if you just have a look, you just pop it straight down the middle, and it just
that's clever.
Yeah, it's cool. It just puts it in without you having to put your fingers in and warm up the pastry, but also you get little finger marks and stuff on there, so it just makes it a bit easier for you. So lay it over the top. Sometimes just roll that in a bit of flour just to stop it sticking. Shouldn't anyway because it's wood, but just pop it down like that. Quite pleased because I rolled this out perfectly, so you can get at least 12 of these mince pies out of the pastry. And as I said, you're probably able to get some more out because you just re-roll it, and then you could probably fill a few more as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, when I finish the amount of mince pies I can make out of this pastry, and you can just fold it up again and just gently bring it together. Look, still loads left, so you can probably make at least another 6 mince pies out of this. The birdies love the rest though, don't they? They really love it, so just pop some out on there.
There's still a bit left actually
From the other day.
Yeah.
So I just put that in there for the moment, which is what I had it in, so I can make a bit of room. Now, they've all been done. They're not too wonky tonky. Sometimes they are, but you just slide them over. It'll be fine. Right, now, with the mincemeat, don't overdo it, okay? It's very easy to pile mincemeat in, but they'll just bubble over and it'll get sticky and it'll just be a bit messy. So you actually don't need a lot anyway, because it's quite boozy, as I said, and it's quite rich, and the pastry's rich. So you actually just need just a small amount in the bottom like that, maybe just a tiny bit more. That's it, okay? So don't be over generous with it. It smells amazing, this mincemeat. I've been making it every year for so long, and I promise you, it is the best Boozy Mincemeat. You could probably still make some now. What are we, the 16th of December? So if you were going to make some mince pies next week, actually, if you made some Boozy Mincemeat now, it'd still be pretty fabulous for next week, all right? So don't worry, you're not going to miss out. There, done. Right, now just pop one of the stars over the top. So you want to make sure the star fits. Don't have a small star, have a fairly big star so it fits all the way across the top of the pie. So mince pies actually used to have meat in them, a bit like the Christmas pudding. And the token of meat that's left in these mince pies, because it used to actually be meat and spices, and it was made in the shape of a manger with a little baby Jesus in, and that's how you ate your pies at Christmas. But the token bit of meat that's left in them now is the suet, which I don't put in. So what I have put in is the spice, and actually they used to have a be sack or sherry in the meat and the spices too. And it was this sort of little celebratory pie around Christmas. So the next thing is I use an egg wash. I used to just use milk. In fact, the recipe in my book asks for milk, but I quite like this sort of golden shine.
This call is from your father. Have you recently maxed out a credit card?
Yeah.
Prepared for a series of questions to
Just get that. That was my dad. That was a nice little chat with him as well. So quite pleased about that because he's not been very well and now he's got the most fantastic all clear from his doctor. So happy days and happy Christmas. Some good news in 2020, that and baby Stanley. I've got to tell you a very funny story. My dad decided to make these mince pies once and he's going to he's going to roll his eyes when I tell him. But he, you know, I was saying about overfilling, John, the pastry cases. He used puff pastry, which is fine. It's just fine if you want to use puff pastry. And then he put a tablespoon of mincemeat in each of the tartlet areas, and then cooked it and overflowed it and stuck it, and he had to throw the whole pan away. Blamed me and my mincemeat. Yeah. Yes, we had words about that one, didn't we, Daddy? Anyway, so, oh, good news. All good news. Happy days, eh, John?
Expecting everybody else to call in the middle of filming?
Just the Queen. Just the Queen to let me know that my damehood is on its way. Dame Lottie.
Princess Lottie, all right.
Princess. Well, I got the crown on.
I didn't mean it, that's your princess.
Funny man. Right, what I like to do now is sprinkle a little bit of Demerara sugar in the middle of my star because that just gives a little bit of a crunch, okay, which I like to have in the middle of my mince pies. Then I'm going to put them into the oven at 180, 190. I have to look it up in my book, about 190 actually, for about 10 minutes or so. I don't know. I'll have a little, let you know really when they come out of how long I took. Or how long I took, how long they took. All right. What do you think?
Lovely.
Ready. See you back when they're cooked. Took about 10 to 15 minutes in the oven and I had it on about 180, 190 fan, sort of in between really, about 185. So yeah, probably closer to 15 minutes. Anyway, what do you think? They look lovely. Very Christmassy, aren't they? They smell amazing. God, this whole kitchen just smells fabulous. And look how, see my little bottom, see how you've got a lovely
No soggy
crispy bottom,
there.
no soggy bottom in this house. Well, sometimes. Anyway, I'm gonna eat it. It's gonna be very hot actually.
Don't burn your mouth.
Remember, okay. Oh. That pastry is a triumph, John.
You know what you need on top of that?
I can taste it.
Can you?
Yeah, I can taste the brandy and the
Dollop of
pastry.
my brandy cream.
Dollop of your brandy. Should we just get some out and pop it on top for a pack shot? But that pastry is so light. It's light, but it has substance. It's got a crumbly flakiness to it. I like butter, and then you got the brandy cream, and then you got this fabulous Boozy Mincemeat, if I say so myself, which leaves that lovely alcohol glow in your mouth long after you swallowed it. It's wonderful. These are fabulous. And we're going to take these, aren't we? It's my birthday at the weekend, 19th. So we're
Not
going
your
to take
19th birthday.
No, it's my 32nd birthday.
Had a couple of years.
And so we're going to take this on a socially distanced walk, aren't we? And go and see some people. We'll see Daisy and little Stanley and some friends. So not going to be many of us. We're doing it all right, but we are going to
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk outside in the fresh air, and we're going to eat some of these. And we're going to bring them along because they are Christmassy, wonderful.
Hurry up and say goodbye because I want to try one.
Scrumptious. Oh, bye-bye.
You can switch the lights off as well now.
I can. These ones, no. Could wear them all day now. That means it's a bit hot.